done that climbs right after. So
Oh no.
in fact, we have now the duel between like the world champion and the vice world champion.
Oh goodness, is she out for some vengeance?
Yeah, it's but to beat Orion, that's a mission.
Yeah, well, Alexandra Tokova already off to a bit of an unsure start. Took her a second to find the turn in that hold. Has she got her natural flow today? She's already grabbing holds which are not good enough. There is definitely a bit of uncertainty in this climbing style right now. Is she going to recover it? Or is she, like yesterday, some of the athletes we witnessed who just seemed a bit too nervous on their final route? Alexandra Tokova now. Sketchy on the feet. It is likely she is one of the stronger athletes and has some strength to spare, but it also seems she's just not quite getting along with this route as she'd like to. Lots of unsurety, lots of readjustments. She comes up into the volume section. Can she find a method through it straight away? Very, very high heel there, but does make it work, and also comes straight across into the far right hand hinge, which then simplifies this stopper section.
Very nice, very smoothly done this part. She definitely uses her height here.
Yeah, there is a bit of an advantage in that, and she has found the correct beta on this volume the first time, but again, as mentioned, there's a lot of uncertainty and fumbling in Alexandra Tokova's climbing style right now. Very, very powerful through there. Reaching above to the undercut, method that other athletes have not used. She did have the strength though to just pull that hold from all the way above her. Now, is she going to rest here, or is she just going to push straight on? Push straight on, it appears to be. And there is a bit of tiredness now creeping into Alexandra Tokova's climbing style. You can see the arms bending a little bit more than probably like less natural flow from the core. How is she going to fight through this section? She is gaining on second place, but she needs to put in a lot more work to get up to first, the first place of Sabine van Essen of the Netherlands. Alexandra Tokova now getting her fight on.
Yeah, but even the moves up there, she's a little bit overpacing every move.
Yeah.
Or like readjusting every hold.
Yeah.
But still, like, she's on the wall and doesn't look too tethered.
I think she does have the strength to spare. Having a quick look down at the clock, this athlete is very aware that she must climb faster today, as she has equal qualification as her rival ahead of her, Oriane Bertrand. Big reach out now. Can she find a way to clip this draw? This is the draw, I believe, that Sabine van Essen actually skipped past. And Alexandra Tokova is now very much fighting in this upper section, but she is doing an
bending arms,
astounding job of this fight. She is still keeping her elbows in, but the arms are bending, sticking to these holds. Alexandra
Crazy.
Tokova fighting and falls off.
At this year, but
Oh,
let's see what
yeah.
he can show us today.
We do have this wild card, Nikolai Rusev from Bulgaria, to come up after. Now, Luka Yerman pulling on, looking okay. Slow but steady through these first moves.
Yeah, Slovenia has like not only really good cyclists, but also like really good climbers. Like it's one of the leading nations, even it has only 2 million inhabitants. Like it's one of the smallest countries in Europe, but play a big role in climbing worldwide.
Wow. Very, very interesting. I wonder what the difference is that the Slovenians are doing to perform so highly in the sport.
I just think that if they do something in sport, they do it really like with full power and full focus. You can see this also like in ski jumping, as I said, in cycling, in skiing, many sports, and even in football. And they have a really good youth system that works. They have like many good coaches and good groups where they train a lot together.
Ah. Very, very interesting. We do see that a lot of the countries with these more developed youth systems are performing a lot. I do believe it makes a big difference in climbing to start at a younger age. For sure, it is very rare that you hear of a climber that starts older and achieves so highly. Not unknown though. Did hear about a German athlete recently, Martina Demmel, who started very late on but went to great success within such a short time.
Yeah, it's rare, but it's still possible for sure. But like, yeah, as more and more the sport develop, you need to start early because climbing is technically so difficult, and you need just like a lot of moves in the youth, just to get this confidence, to be prepared whatever comes later on.
Well, right now it does look like Luka Yerman is displaying this confidence. He has been very composed so far up the route, missing out a lot of the foot fumbles and slips that we have seen other athletes make. Luka has been slow and steady, keeping precise, keeping accurate.
Wow,
Let's
like
see.
this lock on the left.
Maybe not the best use of his energy, but
If you have it, you can spend it.
Quite right. Let's see now. Luka Yerman coming up to the last section of the route. Ahead of him, he has Victor Guillaume to beat. Victor Guillaume fell off this cross through. You can see another few moves up. Let's see now if Luka can find any sort of rest here. No, he's going to keep on going. Having a look around, realizing that this is probably a jump. Looking at
He's
the
like
volume. Just about sticking this hold. Luka,
Like
that right arm's coming out, but he is surviving.
kind of crazy. Come on.
Luka now very widely spaced between these holds. Drops that knee in. The core is tight. He is leaning against the wall. Luka Yerman still holding on. Look at that right elbow and the left as well. He's fighting so much. And Luka to show her skills.
I think she's one of the biggest hopes of Slovenia at the moment. Extremely talented. I'm astonished that she's just third after the qualification. I saw her training in Austria like a few weeks ago with the team. Quite impressed what she's able to do and how committed she is to climbing.
Well, let's see how she looks through these first moves. Again, we are noticing that composure and nervousness are playing a very big role for the athletes right now. Something that is so vital in lead climbing is to maintain your motivation. If you have not experienced much lead climbing yourself, it is always a very important part to maintain your motivation, and your drive and your pace makes such a big difference for your ability to do the moves later on. Sia taking a little bit of a swing, but looking happy enough on these holds not to worry about it.
Yeah, she's definitely already showed like in the championships last year what she's able to do. Like she got third place on European Youth Championship and 11th place in the Youth World Championship. A Youth World Championship, by the way, that was really disappointing for the Slovenian team, that because they're normally one of the leading nations, and as far as I can remember, had no finalists last year in the European, the World Youth World Championship. That's extremely unusual.
Lucia now, not sure what she wanted to do with the clip there. Went to go hand up, decided that she should clip first, and then realized that she was in the wrong body position to clip. She is utilizing that knee scum that we've talked about so many times now, probably far too many times, must apologize. And continues on. Hopefully this mismanagement hasn't cost her too much later on.
She's definitely nervous. You can see it, like she's like not so precise with the hand, shaking a little bit, like nervously, like with the hand and feet. But I'm sure she's strong enough and has quite good endurance. That's... She could have rested here.
Yeah, Lucia Tarkas doesn't even think about resting. Already locked off before going up.
Turning this this hand on this big jug was a really good idea, to take it like a almost as a side undercling. That gives you the power to lock off a little bit longer and more.
Yeah.
Instead of
now our athlete from Slovenia, Lucia Tarkas, is stepping up into this punchy, pumpy section of the route, which has actually thrown off every athlete so far over the next few moves. Let's see what she can make of it. Can she manage to find some technique? She's definitely a little bit shaky here.
Yeah.
The nerves are getting to her. Is it too much, or does she have the strength to pull through it?
I think now her area comes with some crimps and stuff.
Finding a great drop knee there with the left to very slowly get that crimp. Another great drop knee on the right.
Now she's back in the game, I think.
Allows her to pull up. Is she aware that she's currently at the highest place on the wall? She has to keep fighting though, as there are two more athletes coming out after her who have a very good chance of getting higher than her.
Yeah, I think, like I normally tell my best athletes, it's not about like be the highest on the route, it's just to climb the route. You have always to want to climb the route, and in the end there will be the ranking, but your mission as a climber is to climb the route.
Lucia Tarkas is aiming to climb the route now. She has pushed well past the previous athlete's high point. And now on this very, very crimpy section, you can see these elbows are starting to come out now. Can she lean this toe in?
Nice one.
Tension now, so much power in that left hand, pulling up. Can she get to the sloper and stick it? And then one more sloper.
Yes.
Lucia Tarkas now has topped the route today in Augsburg at the European Continental Youth Cup.
But his body type is looking like more like he's more able to wrestle some big volumes, then crimp some small holes.
Yeah. Let's have a see. Does he take this volume above him?
He does.
Oh, yeah. Hangs on it almost.
That's crazy how like stable he can hold on like slopers. I was already like impressed at the Austrian Climbing Summer Series this July in bouldering. Like, he's definitely the master of squeezing and wrestling volumes.
Yeah. Hopefully we will get to see that on display in this climb.
Yeah, because on the upper part you haven't seen anybody yet. There are a lot of volumes to squeeze and wrestle.
And wrestle. Let's watch this man go for a big wrestle. Stefan Scherz now getting up into the confusing section.
Is he going for changing? He's going for changing.
He is strong enough to pinch that volume, almost looking very happy. Finding that a lot easier than any previous athlete to take that undercut pinch and move up. Stefan Scherz just has the power for it. But though the question will be, does he have the endurance? Not so happy on that right hold. Now he's just hurried through to the dyno. The athlete can't hold the dyno, not a worry for him. But you can see he hasn't got to have a rest in a while. It is starting to catch up with him. Stefan Scherz ready to gain onto the head wall. How is he going to manage it? Because our previous athletes have gotten quite high up. Diego Forbet, very, very high up. Stefan needs to do a lot here.
Yeah, there's this like crimpy traverse. That's definitely not his style.
Elbows are out, but he did have an excellent go at the blue crimps. So
wow,
he's taking these crimps, he's using them very, very well.
Now is his terrain again.
There's a volume, he's guppying it, can clip from it. Is he gonna rest? Possibly not quite good enough to rest. Stefan Scherz moving on, very, very close now to first place. He does stick this hold. It looks like he has achieved first place in the competition, coming off missing